Hey everybody, Fradum here, and this is Linux Tips episode 17. Let's install Linux Mint 18 Cinnamon Edition. This just released just within the last few days, and I thought we'd give it a look-see and see how well it installs and see if anything's changed since 17. This is the live CD that we're in now, and first thing I noticed is they've got a new background wallpaper with just their logo now instead of the 3D Linux Mint text, and it actually looks a little more classy. I really like it. So to install, we go ahead and go to the Install Linux Mint icon, double click, wait a couple seconds, and then it'll ask questions. So we select English, continue, install third-party software for graphics and Wi-Fi hardware, flash, MP3, yes, continue. Now I have my windows open here in my office today because it's pretty hot out and it's the day before the 4th of July, so if you hear popping noises, it's people lighting off fireworks early, which they do that around here sometimes. I'm hearing some now, that's why I mention it. Okay, so we're going to erase and install. We have a 72 or 75 gigabyte partition, and we'll go ahead and continue. I'm still running Antergos on my system, and I'm still pretty happy with it. If you haven't seen my review on it, I'll link it below. But I still am a big fan of Linux Mint, so that's why I like looking at the new releases. And I've been looking forward to this one coming out. So hopefully it's as good as. Hopefully it was worth the wait. So English, continue. And my name is Fradum. My voice cracked. Computer name, LM18. Username Fradum. Password again. Require my password. I'm not going to encrypt because it's just for testing. And it's installing. So this is based on the current LTS version of Ubuntu, I think 16 or something. I'm not sure what version it is, but hopefully what I'd like to see is that they're running a more current version of Wine, more current version of, well, supposedly they're running the latest version of Cinnamon, which is good. I've played with that a little bit on my system, and it works really well. And so hopefully some of the software will be more updated. One of the reasons I switched to Antergos was because Mint 17.3 or whatever it was falling behind in the software that I use, mainly Kdenlive, OBS, Wine for gaming. And being so far behind, I was having compatibility issues with more modern software, and World of Warcraft broke and it took a while for that to get fixed. So I'm a big World of Warcraft player, so that was kind of disappointing. So that's one of the reasons I switched to Tergos. So hopefully some of that stuff is resolved in this release, so that we're not running software that is several versions behind. And the splash screen here looks about the same. I don't remember what it looked like on the old install, but nothing looks new to me. It all looks about the same, so I wouldn't expect that to change much anyways. I think the big thing is that we want ease of install so that we can get more and more people running Linux as their desktop. So the easier it is to install the OS, the better. And from what I'm seeing, this is installing pretty fast, and there was really nothing to it. The options were pretty straightforward, and it's done. That was under 3 minutes. Granted, I did installed it from a VM off of an ISO image instead of a real CD drive, but still, that's pretty fast. On a modern computer, if you have the ISO image burned to a USB 3 flash stick, it'll probably install pretty close to the same amount of time. So I'll hit restart. For some reason there's a login screen, but we don't need that. I think it's restarting. Yeah, there it goes. Please remove the installation medium, then press enter. I think VirtualBox does that automatically. So now we should see a reboot. So I started this video 5 minutes and 40 seconds ago. There's been no cuts, no edits, and I'm at a login prompt. Fully installed OS login. That's pretty impressive. Click my name. And it should be setting up my desktop environment. And there it is. This error up here in the corner, which my head is blocking, is just telling me that it's running in software rendering mode. I think that's something to do with the VirtualBox drivers aren't quite ready yet. So I'll just ignore that. Our typical welcome screen. Turn that off. We have the gray background again. Immediately it wants updates. So I'll click that. Well, this screen's a little different. I don't remember seeing this before. So you can change what it's going to update. So these are like the levels, the 1, 2, and 3 levels. So I'll just go with the default optimized for stability and security. Click OK. And it should be updating. There we go. So there's a few updates. A lot more than I'd expect since this is only a couple days old, but at least they're staying on top of it. So install updates. This will probably take a few minutes. Password. Authenticate. I'm gonna open up a terminal and just take a look. Oh, it's really lagging. I need to get the drivers for the video working. So the lag you're seeing is because I'm in a VM, and more than likely the guest OS video drivers didn't install. I had that problem with Mint 17.3 also, so that doesn't surprise me. That's a pretty common thing. Usually you have to install them by hand. Well, it's installing a lot of stuff, so this is probably going to take a few minutes. Comes with Firefox as usual. It looks about the same. It's about the settings. That looks the same. I have a feeling that if you were to update, you wouldn't notice much of a change aesthetically. It would look... Oh, look, there's a firewall. I don't remember there being a firewall before. That's good. Driver manager, see if we can change our driver. I do have 3D acceleration turned on for this VM. So it should work. It's still doing its business, so that update's taking its sweet ass time. Where's my driver manager? I should have loaded by now. I'm just asking it to do too much, I guess. Ah. Yeah, I gotta doing too much stuff at the moment. So this slowdown that you're seeing, like I said, is due to being in a VM. So this does make me feel like I need to install drivers. Looks like it's almost done. There we go. Software updates, and then fork. Oh, I wonder what kernel it's running. Uname dash A. Oops. Dash A. That'll tell you. Nice. It is running the 4.4 drivers. The old Linux Mint was stuck in the 3.x. So there's nothing driver-wise here. Kernel. So that's nice to know that it's running a more modern kernel. So let's do this. Let's tell insert guest edition CD. See if we can get a little more speed out of this thing. This medium contains software intended to be automatically started. Would you like to run it? Yes. Password. Do you wish to continue? Yes. So it looks like Linux Mint tried to install the editions, but I'm going to go with the ones that I have and see if it resolves the video card issue. Because I think that's something that usually has to be compiled based on your kernel or something. I don't know. But we'll see what happens. So far, I'm not seeing a whole lot of difference. It's nice to know that it's using the new kernel. Same file manager. Would I switch back? No, it's not enough to convince me to switch back. I'm really liking Antergos, and okay, it wants me to restart. So let's do that. Restart. I've gotten so used to using Antergos that I don't think I would switch away from an Arch-based distro at this point. Unless they did something so phenomenal. If Linux Mint went to a rolling release and everything was updated and like cutting edge, then yeah, I'd probably switch. Okay, let's see. Did this help? Did it crash it? That would suck. I think it did. I'm not getting that rendered mode error, and it definitely looked like it popped up quicker. So, oh yeah, so definitely need to install the guest editions that come with the version of VirtualBox that you're running. If you're running in a VM machine, that will definitely make a big performance difference. Excuse me. No wine installed. Sudo apt-get install wine. I want to see what version of wine they're running. Oops. Can I control plus on that? No. Zoom in. Zoom in. Okay, there. You guys should be able to see that okay. So here I'm installing wine just to see what version it is. I doubt that it has OBS installed in the repository, at least not a new one. So let's go wine version. Man, I cannot type. today. Come on, it's trying to set up and I didn't want it to because I typoed. Okay, it's configuring itself. So we'll let it do it. But it's my opinion that if you are still using Linux Mint and you're happy with it, which is great, yeah, upgrade. There's supposedly an in-place upgrade that you can do. If you go to your package manager, in the past this is the way it worked. You would go to your update manager and it would have an option to update to the latest version of Linux Mint. Mint has been really, really good about not breaking things. See, it's still running Wine 1.6.2 and we're up to 1.10.2. Let me go check on my other machine. Wine version. You can't see this. 1.9.13. So it's several versions of Wine behind. If you're going to be playing a lot of games in Wine, you might want to go to the official Wine site, Wine HQ, and install the repository so that you can get the latest versions. And still it lags a little bit behind the other distros, just barely though, maybe a few days. But it's definitely better than the version that comes with Linux Mint. Anyway, so there is going to be an upgrade path. I don't know if it's in there yet, but they said that you'll be able to upgrade from 17.3 right to 18. And Cinnamon's had Linux Mint has had a great history of not screwing up your system when doing that. That actually those upgrades really do tend to work. So I recommend doing it just to get the newer kernel at the very least. You might have to manually update the kernel afterwards. Seems to me it doesn't update the kernel when you do a live update, but it's really easy to do. It's just something you can do in the package manager by going to Linux kernels under view, and you can select, and then there's a warning, blah blah blah. You can select the latest 440-21, or you can go up to 440-28, which is probably not too bad of an idea. So overall, great OS. Linux Mint is still the one I recommend to any new users that are just wanting to try out Linux and get the hang of it. Looks like 18's a success, and it looks pretty smooth. Not a lot different compared to 17.3 aesthetically, but behind the scenes, things are updated. I think Wine on 17.3 is 1.4, so they definitely did update it. And the kernel being in the 4.4 tree is a really big bonus. And it's a good system. So that's pretty much it for this episode. I am going to be using this installation for another Linux series that I'm going to start later this week. I'm going to show how to install and configure a DNS server, and also how to create a zone file for your domain name. This may not be useful for home users. It's good to learn if you want to learn the technical back end of how things work. But if you work in an industry where you need to modify or create a DNS server, this will be a good series. I'm going to use this installation, Mint 18, since it mimics Debian and it mimics Ubuntu, so that the information will be accurate across those systems. So I'm going to keep this system alive, and I will be using it, and maybe I'll have more opinions about it later on down the road as I start doing more videos in it. Anyways, I hope you found this useful or entertaining, and if you can, please give it a thumbs up. If you haven't subscribed to my channel yet, please subscribe, and you'll get notified anytime I have new videos out. And I'm glad you're with me. Have a great night, and happy 4th of July, by the way, for the Americans out there. which I happen to be. And have a great one. Take care.